The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily represent those of this station or its management. It's time for Where You Live with Gene and Tony, the show that's all about owning, buying, selling, renting, and association management. If it involves a home, we'll talk about it. Here's your chance to get your homeowner questions answered. From the Natural Lawn and Landscape Studios, here's Gene and Tony.
Needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs.
Good morning. Welcome to Where You Live with Gene and Tony. I'm Gene Sullivan.
I'm Tony Crockett. It's good to be here today, Gene.
It really is. Folks, this is Where You Live, and this is the show that's about truth, justice, and the association way.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. And by
All right.
association way, I mean we want to advocate responsibilities along with rights. A lot of times when people take a look at home ownership, they want to just take a look at their rights and saying, this is my right. I have a right to do this. How dare you?
What a great distinction you're making, Gene.
But anytime we're going to live with other people, our rights have to be in balance with our responsibility as well.
Excellent point.
Yeah. And we are grateful to have you with us on this Saturday morning. We are brought to you by Natural Green Lawn and Landscapes. Let me start over again. We're broadcasting live from the Natural Green Lawn and Landscape Studios. They're one of our sponsors. Please remember, Natural Green is a locally owned and operated lawn and landscape care company. Their mission, to use the most environmentally sensitive products available to keep your lawn, landscape looking lush, beautiful, and still healthy for both people and pets. Give them a call, won't you, at 763-213-2410. We, of course, are also brought to you by Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. Well, without further ado, we've got a lot to cover on today's show, so let's get started with property management in the news. Property management in the news is brought to you by Home Furniture and Abbey Floor Coverings. Their showrooms are staffed with professionals who will help you choose what you need to fit both your lifestyle and budget. Whatever you need, chances are they'll have what you're looking for. Now, if you wish to avail yourself of special pricing and discounts you're not going to find anywhere else, all Where You Live listeners can call Customer Service Coordinator Lori Matson at 952-224-2663. Once again, that's 952-224-2663. Ask for your Where You Live with Gene and Tony special pricing. Our first story it comes from the great state of Connecticut. And apparently there's some legislators there who feel that there is a unbalance in power that homeowner association boards have versus the rest of their members. Therefore, they have a new bill that they are introducing in the state of Connecticut. And it is the authors are Arthur O'Neill and State Senator Rob Kane. And here is the bill in a nutshell. They feel that homeowner association boards have the ability to increase the association dues or monthly assessments without getting any kind of feedback, without any kind of anything, I guess, necessary from homeowners at all. And they feel that they have too much power in being able to do so. And so they want to be able to scale that back. And if this legislation were to pass, it would require, it said that homeowner association budgets would need to have the vote and approval of, I want to say, 2/3 of the homeowners
Right
that
now,
live there?
right now, they're saying that they don't think it's fair that a majority of of all unit owners has to vote and agree. Excuse me, not vote, agree. That if they're going to vote on budget issues, it is passed or rejected by a majority of all unit owners. They want to tweak that. They want to change that to a majority of unit owners present at the meeting.
Yes,
for the discussion.
They're
Right?
Well, it's that's true somewhat. let me try. And
I better read this again.
Let me
Okay.
try and explain. I guess a little bit better here. What we have is they believe that an association board cannot have the ability to increase the budget without getting input and feedback from homeowners. Now, they're trying to say we're going to be realistic, and instead of saying we need all homeowners in a particular property to vote, because that's virtually impossible.
They want a majority of the total number of owners.
They want a majority
that's the way it is right
of
now.
the voters who attend a meeting.
That's right.
And so if the association can have a special meeting where they have quorum and they have and a majority of those people vote, then the budget can be approved and can go higher. What do you think of this, Bill?
Let it sink in a second. What they're doing is they're tinkering with governing documents of an
Yes, they are.
association. The association, these types of issues are laid out in the governing documents and explain exactly what's needed in a homeowners association for an issue to pass or be rejected, what the quorum requirement is for different types of meetings, and what the majority requirement is for different types of issues. So what they're doing is they're stepping in and trying to put some kind of blanket resolution or blanket requirement on all homeowner associations, regardless of what their contract and agreements already say.
Now, the people who are the authors of the bills say this bill is meant to protect and enhance the democratic process at a homeowner association. They also went on to say this bill enables condominium owners to regain control over their management. Okay? Now, there are some assumptions that are being made here. And it is clear that the authors of these bills and so many at state legislators around the country, I think this can be said, they don't take the time to really see if they're dealing with a true problem. Most associations, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, but tell me if this is not true. I bet you 99.5% of the time, you will find that governing documents in a homeowner association already has a limitation, a cap that's placed in the governing documents that says that the board of directors cannot increase a budget in any one given year more than X percent, a certain percent, and a lot of times that's going to be the rate of inflation. It might be some sort of cap where a specific number is mentioned.
I've seen 5% mentioned a lot.
5%,
Yep.
yes. But
so that protection is already there. The board doesn't just have carte blanche to come up with any kind of budget and raise the dues as high as they want. They have a limit. If they have to exceed, if they believe they need more income above that limit, then they have to go to the owners, members.
Now, if these legislators were clear about how an association is run, how a budget is put together, they would find out that there are two types of items that you have in a budget. You have discretionary items. Those are things like a shrub dies and you can replace them.
That would be property improvements are discretionary, landscaping's discretionary. Adding components is discretionary. And
so in most budgets, you have those discretionary line items because as the budget and as finances come in a year, sometimes you have to tweak and change some of that because you have other line items that are must-haves.
They're not variable.
They're not variable.
Or they're not, they're not discretionary.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
For example, utilities would be a clear example. You
That's
live
right.
in an HOA, and the HOA pays for the water, pays for the gas, pays for the electricity in the common areas.
Or perhaps pays to maintain your tennis courts and your swimming pool. Yeah.
Those things are, if the utility companies have a 15% hike in their costs, if you have insurance and you need to have insurance on the property,
right,
and you see a 10% increase, those are things you can't change.
Right.
And so we clearly have some people who don't understand what's going on. One thing I do understand, though, is that we've got to take a break. So let's do that right now. Folks, don't go away. When we come back, we'll talk about this Connecticut legislation. Do you think it's a good idea that board members need to have their hands tied as to whether or not they can raise the budget in their HOA? We'll be back after these messages.